joining them on the 1-year deal. How are things kind of different than what you expected joining this group, and how are they kind of the same?
Well, I mean, we definitely didn't start off the way we wanted to this year, but it was kind of expected. You know, we're a young ball club, a couple injuries. We just weathered the storm in the first half while playing in Dunedin and Buffalo, and we got here and started to, play good baseball. We traded for Barrios. Our team really came together. We started to build a culture here. We had some fans to play in front of, and we became, in my opinion, the best team in baseball. But it was just a tick too late.
And then when you get to reflect on your time kind of playing in Toronto specifically, what did you think about playing in front of these fans and playing at this facility?
Unbelievable. I always said playing in front of 15,000 felt like 30. And then when we got 30,000, it felt like 60, just with the energy, every pitch. The fans loved the game. The fans were, I think they really love this team. How could you not with the offense and the pitching and the defense and athleticism that we put out there every single day. Everybody's going to get better too. So it's a really fun team and scary.
Thanks, Marcus.
Your turn, Mike.
Hey, Marcus. Thanks for your time. Given all your experience and George and Charlie were talking about the AL East and how tough it makes it. A team like this, had you been playing maybe in the West, would have been in the playoffs. What did you find out about this division this year?
Yeah, I mean, every team had a shot to win it except Baltimore. So I think that, you travel to all these places, they're hostile environments. Every team has good pitching, good offense. It's just going to come down to execution. And I think we played pretty well in the division. Obviously, we want to have games back against, some of the, losing record teams. I feel like we should have played better, but it's all a learning experience. And, that it hurts right now. And we definitely don't want to feel like this again. So obviously that makes you want to work even harder in the offseason.
When we were talking to Bo, he was asked about playing beside you and what he learned from you, how much it meant to work with you all year. And he was on the verge of tears. And he said it was everything, getting a chance to do that. What's your feeling about working with these young guys?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Bo's shoes. Obviously, my first full season in the big leagues, I was not nearly the player he is right now. You look at the numbers he's put up offensively and the defensive improvements he's made. I think he was the best player on the field for us down the stretch. He almost got his average up to 300. He made every play he needed to make. His range is unbelievable. He runs the bases well. He scores runs. And he hit fourth in a lineup that is, full of a bunch of sluggers at the shortstop position. So very impressed with what he did this year. And I think that I always tell him, when you're out there every day, you can make things happen no matter how you feel. And when you're that good, you're going to produce. And he did that.
All right. Thanks. And thanks so much for your time this year.
Okay, Caitlin.
Hey, Marcus, thanks for your time. When you look back at the story of this team, getting to 91 wins and just falling one short, playing in 3 home ballparks, all the resiliency you had, what are you most proud of, even though, you didn't get the final result you wanted?
Yeah, I'm just happy for the young guys, just the routines that everybody built behind the scenes in the weight room and the cage. And, you look at the finished product this year, and it's not even close to what it was at the beginning. Guys learn, routines, what they need to do every day to excel at this level. And going into this year, you kind of just want to feel it out, see where you're at, get your hits, play well, but you start to understand that there's a process to it. That's something I learned in Oakland. It's something I tried to, show the guys that, hey, this is what we need to do every single day to get better. And of course, if I'm here for more years to come, I think that everybody's, going to find their routine, and I'm going to find an even better routine than I'm doing right now to get us to the World Series.
And just, given how difficult it was in Dunedin and Buffalo and, not having the fans, and I know it's tough to ask this right now, but do you allow yourself to wonder what if you had been in Toronto all season?
Yeah, I mean, we still were playing big league baseball. It just wasn't here. Yes, different lights in Dunedin, whatever you want to call it in Buffalo. I think Buffalo was actually just fine for the circumstances. I think we played good baseball there as well. When we got here, we really turned it on, and a full season in Toronto could be scary with this group. It's really exciting. You see the record we put up here at home. We brought that confidence into places like Yankee Stadium, where we got a sweep, and other places. But of course, you think about those tough games that we lost down the stretch to teams that we wanted to beat, and that ended up being the difference.
Thank you, Marcus, for all your time.
Okay, Ben.
Hey, Marcus. We're obviously still a month away from the off season, but you will be a free agent. What will you be looking for?
I don't know yet. I mean, I played second base all year. I can play shortstop. I really don't know. I feel like my power numbers speak for themselves. I'm a baseball player. I'm 31 years old, but I feel like I'm getting better every day. My body feels great, and we'll have to see. When you get to free agency, it's not as easy as just, okay, I'm going here and get it done. The business side of it takes over. There's a CBA involved. There's different calls. There's different offers. My wife and 3 kids are, my everything. So it'll take time, but in the end, hopefully I'm able to make a decision. It's a blessing to be able to sit there with a bunch of offers and make a decision.
Sure, and you hinted at this before, but is there an openness to returning to Toronto?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we had the best offense in the major leagues, and in my mind, the best starting pitching in the game. How could you not want to be a part of that? Obviously, when you have those things set in stone, there's little pieces to add to get to the next level. I'm one of them. I think our bullpen is another one. We also have young guys getting better. So we'll see what happens. But I had a great time here. I loved the facility and everything that they offered for me to do what I wanted, need to do to get ready for a game, and that's all I could ask for.
For sure. Best of luck.
You're up, Shay.
Hey, Marcus. I guess just to build off what Ben was just asking you, beyond some of the things you just mentioned, what parts of your experience here will most tug at you when it's time to make a decision on where you end up next?
Well, I think just the passion of the fans is one. Every game for this last week felt like a playoff game, and you saw the results from us as an offense when you have that energy and you're just more hyped, and every pitch counts. And sometimes there's nights, I can remember back in Oakland where we're in the race and it's not the energy wasn't what we had here, to put it lightly. And as a player, you feed off that energy. It's the most fun you can ever have at this level, and it really was a playoff atmosphere.
And you also alluded to the fact that there is a CBA, and obviously you have a very important role with the union. I'm just wondering, as far as you know right now, what does that piece of it look like for you in the off season? How much time will that take for you, and kind of what are some of the responsibilities you'll have?
Yeah, I'm on the subcommittee. It's been Zoom calls. I know COVID has been just lingering, so hopefully we can meet more in person and just listen to what each side, what they want. Hopefully they listen to what we want. Obviously with the 60-game season last year, nobody wants to sit at home. We already did that. But we need to make sure that everything is right for our players and our union and for this game.
Thanks for the time, Marcus. Appreciate it.
Okay, last one for Martin.
Hey, Marcus. You guys obviously had 3 different homes this year, lived out of suitcases for a pretty long time. And you just mentioned it. You got a family, 3 kids. what kind of an impact does that lifestyle kind of have on you? Like not so much as a ball player, but just as a father, as a husband, and as a person off the field.
Yeah, I mean, baseball has always been the constant, but for my wife, she held it down. All the traveling and taking care of the kids, taking care of a newborn this entire year. Our baby was born shortly before I signed here on January 8th, and just raising a newborn while raising a 4 and 5-year-old and 3-year-old and traveling all these different places, going to games has been, it was quite the year. I think that we were a little shell shocked early on, just being, from Oakland, living in our home, playing in Oakland it was a lot easier. But we knew what we were getting into. And I think that, Toronto's a place that, for the guys with families that what it's going to be. You may be apart from your family a little bit more than other places, but in terms of the baseball, it's top notch, and it's something that we would discuss this offseason.
You obviously got to see the season Vlad just had up close every day, and I mean he's only 22 years old. Do you think there's another level for him? Like, do you think that he can take another step next year?
I think so. I mean, you could say that for everybody on this team. I think that we won 91 games. Guys had the years they had, but not everybody will tell you they had the years they wanted. Even there's things that we could do better. This year was special, though. The home run record, the All-Stars, the accolades. But when you don't make the playoffs, it makes you even more hungry to do better. And I think you're going to see that next year.
Great, thank you.
All right, thanks for doing this, Marcus. We'll be back with Robbie here in just a bit.